Harrison County order for September 29th, 2021. If you would rise and join us in the invocation and pledge, please.
Pray we join in with the Our Father for me. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Anyone signed up for public comment? Okay. Is there anyone on Zoom that wishes to speak publicly? Anyone on Zoom wish to speak publicly? Okay, hearing none, we will move to number 2, the consent agenda. What's the pleasure?
Motion approved.
Motion's been made to approve. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 3, payroll change notices. What's the pleasure?
Motion approved.
Motion to approve payroll changes A through D.
Properly.
Okay. Motion's been made to approve payroll change notices A through D. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. We don't have any number 4, correct, Laura?
Correct.
Number 5, requisitions, purchase orders, invoices, as shown on A, vendor requisition list of payments.
Motion approved as stated.
Madam President, I would like to hold the work order number 35705 in the amount of $71,091 until we can do more research on this one. That would bring our new total to 340,099.82.
What's the issue with the?
This one is for the public safety building, the roof replacement, and it's not currently completed yet. And so I just need to research more of what exactly this is for and why we're being billed now. It's only 20% completed.
Whoever's saying that for us,
Thrasher is,
that's submitted,
they did not,
they didn't submit the bill themselves.
they did not. It came from Tri-State Roofing. That's the first reason of why I started questioning it. So it's going to be handed back to Thrasher to check into it for us.
Amend your motion. Mr. Treacole.
Yeah, to include everything that is stated by the county administrator.
Motion has been made to approve all requisitions other than the one mentioned by Laura, the county administrator. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Exonerations, corrective tickets, joint property application as shown on A, B, and C. And C appears to be an apportionment of jointly owned property.
Motion approved A through C.
A motion to approve A through C on number 6. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. And we have no requisitions under number 7, is that correct?
Correct.
Number 8, consideration of approval of project fund requisitions for payment of costs associated with General Services Administration building, financed by 2020 bonds issued by the Building Commission, Harrison County. A, requisition number 38, $4,090 in Thrasher Roof. What's the pleasure?
Motion approved.
Motion to approve. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 9, review, discuss, consider zoning form for Stone Tower Brews.
Stone Tower Brews is a new zoning form for a business that is going up in the marketplace off of Jerry Doe Drive, along with some other ones that we've received recently. They are going to be serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner, specialty coffee, and craft beer restaurant.
Motion approved.
Motion to approve request. Any further discussion?
Where are they gonna be located?
Off of Jerry Doe Drive, there's a marketplace.
Know where the Mexican restaurant is?
Big one.
Across from the fire department.
Correct. Yes.
And that's not in the city of Bridgeport, is it?
Correct.
It's not.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Review, discuss, consider status and future of board docs. Laura?
Board Docs is a program that we purchased last year in October. We paid for the Board Docs Pro Plus. It is a program that we have not used. Because we have not used it, they are willing to discount our renewal. But it's just something I want to bring it before the commission to see if you want to keep it or do away with it.
I personally have no desire to keep it, John. Do you have any recommendations?
I would recommend not using it personally. I don't think it accomplishes anything that we don't currently do.
It's a pleasure.
Motion to
We're not going to renew our,
not renew based on the working administration.
motion's been made not to renew with board docs. Any further discussion?
Ask a question. Was there any notice provision we had to give them non-renewal? So we're talking about the.
Correct.
Okay, and we're timely with our notice non-renewal.
We are.
Perfect.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Okay, number 11, review, discuss, consider adoption of levy order for vital services with election to be held Saturday, January 22nd, 2022. We have on the agenda for options 1, which is a 5% increase, and option 2, which is a flat yearly rate. Or do you want to?
Now, the ones that are attached to the agenda packet, and on the 5% yearly, I cannot speak for what is attached there, but the flat rate has been modified with different numbers. Here's your option. This is the revision of the flat rate. Where wording has been changed. Under the page 4, the funds specific to the improvement opportunity are as follows. Wording has been changed to demolition of property managed or operated by the Harrison County Commission. Capital improvements or modifications to parks and recreational facilities, trails located within Harrison County, West Virginia.
Dropped by $20,000 from yesterday.
The,
Child advocate.
yeah, on my paper, I had the Child Advocacy Center at the 30,000, but there was a typo where it was at the 50,000, so they're at the 30,000.
And your total is $4,225,945 a year.
My total is 4.735945.
4.1.
4.7.
$945.
4735945.
So it's increase over what we did this year. By how much?
Roughly $200,000. This year it's 4.5. This one's 4.7.
And it will not increase over.
That is correct. This is the flat rate where it will not increase over the next 5 years. All of them, these are the same numbers that I provided on Monday. The only difference was the different wording.
And yesterday, other than the $20,000 reduction in the child advocacy, right?
Right. Well, I had that on my paper on Monday, but there was that typo, but yes,
That he saw, right?
correct.
Okay.
What's the total for yours, 5 years?
Two, 3, 679, 725.
So you make a worksheet up with the numbers that I supplied.
I do not have the Word document that I requested for the variable.
Just made it yesterday. I don't remember the first request. But excuse my total and staff. I have it still at 50 per child. My proposal brings us in $4 million the first year, saves taxpayers $735,945. Still operates all the entities that we've always said we have to pay for. We're required to pay for by law. I guess my question is, are we going to increase the levy on the people or decrease it?
Guess it'll depend on the motion and a vote.
Because I stay under, with the 3%, only comes out to 23 million a year. At the end of the 3%, or between 21 million versus your all's 23, so mine saves the taxpayers $2 million. So I guess I'll have to understand why we want to increase what the taxpayers pay by $2 million. Flat rate for $4 million.
Well, there's a lot I need to understand, but I'm not gonna bring anything up here, so I'd just like to move on.
No, we're here to discuss this. That's why I didn't
No, we
want to.
had yesterday to discuss it. You
No,
didn't
you
want, you
two-
didn't want to
you-
work together and discuss it. It was your way or no way, so let's move on.
Well, I find that very offensive. I was
Paul,
the
you
one
find
that
something
voted
offensive
not to
Okay.
end the meeting yesterday.
Okay.
You two
Okay.
left the work.
because we were not making any progress.
But we were negotiating how much money and what kind of percentage and what we wanted to work on. I got told by the both of you to go to sleep on it. We talk about it today.
And I slept on it and I know my answer.
Okay, you guys determine what the citizens are gonna pay. And you represent them all, so go for it.
I do represent all of them,
Maybe you do,
just
maybe you
like
don't.
the other two.
Let's go. We're not gonna discuss it. That's typical of this commission, so.
I
What you
told you
guys
my,
want?
my thoughts yesterday. So, and they're the same today.
what were
When I
those
started.
thoughts?
I want the flat rate and the $700,000 a year.
$700,000 a year for what?
Or what was Laura read to you.
Laura, would you read that again, please?
Demolition of property managed or operated by the Harrison County Commission, capital improvements and modifications to parks and recreational facilities, trails located within Harrison County.
What? How- So we're double dipping for Parks and Rec. So we're telling, or we're gonna start our own Parks and Rec.
I am not saying that we're starting our own parks and rec.
Well, I'm confused. Why not move this money over to Parks and Rec instead of us?
It
And
is a-
maybe something we might like to work with on our own, since it's Parks and Rec is going to go to the Parks and Rec Board. That seems to be the way it's moving, which that's probably the way it should be and should have been for years. And thank you for bringing that to our attention.
So, fantastic. That's the
Thank
only
you.
way it got brought to your attention.
Mhm.
I make a motion to give the senior citizens 250,000 with a 5% increase.
Are you going line by line?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think that is necessary.
That's my
The
choice.
levy
I'm
is-
gonna make
okay.
the motion. You
Okay,
guys make
okay,
your-
motion has been made to, I mean, we've got United right here. It's supposed
You
to
know
be-
what? I'm not the one. that
You don't
did this,
care,
so-
okay.
No, I don't, man.
Okay, I'm glad you said that.
Let's
Okay,
just put it
okay,
on pause then.
And
I
then-
vote
No.
that we just go ahead and put this on hold. We're gonna be here for like
No.
10 to 15 minutes.
Madam President,
yes, sir.
I also make a motion that we adopt 11B for vote.
Okay. Motion's been made to adopt number 11, option B, as presented to us by the administrator. Any further discussion?
Can't do
Hearing
that.
none, motion to, what's the motion? All those
There's
in
a motion
favor?
on the floor.
All the, no, his is the first motion,
No,
or his
I
is the
made-
second motion,
it's
and you
the
take the
second
second motion. So all in favor of
Not on the
number
same
11.
thing.
option B?
It's a different subject.
Let's-
Explain it to her, Trey.
Let's address, you've got some overlap, but you have two different motions. So let's address Commissioner Hinkle's motion first, and then let's address
Okay,
Commissioner Treehouse
Thank you.
motion, so we make a clear record. They certainly have some interrelationship, but let's do it. Proceed with that.
okay. Motion has been made by Commissioner Hinkle to give 200 for the levy, $250,000. Is that correct with a 5% increase?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Okay, now the other motion on the floor, can I move on to that one now? Is that proper?
Correct.
I'll make sure I'm proper. Motion has been made to approve option B under number 11. Any further discussion?
Yes, ma'am. I make the motion that option B be read singularly and voted on individually. So the citizens know what you all are doing as far as financing their levy and how you were not going to cover their costs.
A motion has been made to read off the individual amounts for the vital services levy to make the public aware of the amounts that we are either giving or not giving or taking away. And am I stating that I'm just not the same exact way? Any further discussion on that?
Yes, that the with staff recommendation charges the Harrison County taxpayers an extra $700,000 a year in expenses. That this commission cannot justify why we need to do that, other than we're gonna spend it on parks and whatever. When we already have individual organizations that we're funding. And
Okay,
that we could save the taxpayers $700,000 a year. And this commission does not care what we tax the people.
will you please add that to the motion, John? So that's added to his motion, because there's no way I can repeat that back. Okay, all in favor of Mr. Hinkle's second motion?
Uh,
Okay, any opposed? No. Okay. Before I say this again, are you going to make another motion? Those are mine. Thank you. Okay. Now we will try to go to Mr. Treecost's motion to approve number 11B. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed?
no,
Motion carried. Mr. Riffee?
Madam President, we have Rebecca.
Oh, I'm
Flanigan.
sorry, Rebecca.
I believe she's on Zoom.
I did see her up there. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
She's not. I think, is she muted?
Mute yourself again.
Rebecca, you want to unmute yourself? I'm sorry, Brad.
oh, it's okay.
There you go.
Okay, there we go. Sorry. That's okay. I appreciate you guys letting me come back and report on the funding requests that we were granted earlier this year. We did our program with the Harrison County Board of Education, parents as teachers, and healthy grand families. We called our program Haltering Resiliency. It was a program geared toward families that were in a non-biological situation. So a lot of parents or grandparents raising grandchildren, foster care, adoption. And you guys funded that for us. And I just wanted to show you our appreciation and tell you that the program was very successful. We had our caregivers report back that they felt a real sense of peace about their situation after the program was over, and that they felt a real sense of community by being involved in the program. And we had a lot of an increase in the I'm not sure how to say it. The children's problems, their problems got better. So let's see if you can see this. I'm going to show you. We did we had them do a pre and post evaluation. And the question was, how severe were your children's problems at the beginning of the group? And then we followed it up with at the end. I'm going to see if I can show you this here. You can see the top here is how bad they were in the beginning, or where they were, how bad they were. And then the improvements here on the second chart. So you can see they increased dramatically. So I just wanted you guys to see that and let you know that your funding has been well spent. We really do appreciate your support.
You're welcome, and thank you for what you do.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
See you, Rebecca.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Now I think let's see. Yes. Well, no, you're 10:30. I'm sorry. I'm just jerking you around, aren't I, Brad? It's okay. Sorry about that. Okay, number 12, review, discuss, consider adoption of levy order for volunteer fire departments with election to be held January 22nd, 2022.
It would be my recommendation that we hold off on the volunteer fire department levy till more background information can be gathered and some homework being done on that.
Motion to go forward with the levy call for the volunteer fire department.
Motion has been made to move forward with the levy call for the fire departments. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
No.
Motion to follow staff's recommendation.
You want to make that a motion?
Motion.
To pay, but we can't. Okay,
Motion
motion has been made to
Motion.
follow staff's recommendation.
to hold on.
So hold on. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? Did you say aye?
No, ma'am, I
Oh.
said no.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Sorry.
want to make them wait another year.
Review,
To be able to do it.
review, discuss, consider permission to travel.
Motion approved A through F.
And you do have coverage, right?
The city of Clarksburg animal control officer is going to cover any emergency situations we have.
Okay.
I was hoping we were going to have a part-time person in place by this point, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So we'll, be closed to the public that day, the shelter. We'll come in and clean in the morning and feed the animals, and then we'll head to Morgantown. And we'll be using county vehicles, so there won't be any mileage needing to be paid. And the class is a free class. It's paid $1 to $5 grand.
That was my only question.
Yep.
Okay. What's the pleasure? Oh, you said to move forward. You didn't make a motion, did you?
Approve A through F.
Motion's been made to approve A through F under number 13. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Review, discuss, consider janitorial bids.
After reviewing the janitorial bids that we received from the 3 different businesses, when we are staffed properly for janitorial services, we spend over $13,000 a month. That is just on the on wages. That does not include any of the supplies. It would be my recommendation to go with Quality Home and Office. They can complete the job that is needed for a monthly cost of $8,950. $8,950.
I must have plenty of people to.
They will have plenty of people.
And that's just for this building.
That is for this and the annex. Yes.
Okay.
Fabulous. Motion to approve of staff's recommendation.
Are we eliminating jobs?
The 2 current ones that we have, we will move them around to different departments to help out. We now have a vacancy at 911 that there's a janitor need out there, but we will look at different places that they can go to make sure that we are taken care of.
So the answer is no.
Correct. We're not cutting any jobs.
When they're bonded,
Yes,
and when will they work?
they will work from 2:30 to 11:30, Monday through Friday.
And it's going to be available during the day for us.
We have 2 maintenance workers that are currently available that we are using now.
To do janitorial work.
They do janitorial work as well.
So you saved us $48,000.
Okay, motion's been made to approve approve staff's recommendation. Any further discussion? Hearing none,
The attorney to go over the contract
and make sure they're bonded and covered under covered by insurance.
Certainly will do that. There were standard terms and conditions for part of the bid packet. We'll incorporate all those within contract.
My only worry is that these people will be going into areas unless they're not gonna go into that are contain personal information about individuals.
And we certainly thought through some of those issues in the bid process and talked with all the stakeholders in the courthouse about that, or did that. But certainly happy to address it in the contract as well.
So they're gonna do the judge's office and the prosecutor's office.
That is correct.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. You're up, Brad. Even if you're not, you are.
Oh, I appreciate it. I want to thank you all for having me here today. My name is Brad Riffee. I'm the Executive Director of United Way of Harrison and Doddridge County. See a lot of familiar faces. Just want to say hello to my woman who really helped me get to this point, Tina Yoke. We have a lot of wonderful people here in our community of Harrison County, right? And it takes us all to really make a difference. And I just want to provide you with a few updates. Back in January, we did pick up Doddridge County, so we extended our footprint to our friends and neighbors down there. But I do want to note that all of the funds that we raise in Doddridge County stay in Doddridge County, and all the funds we raise in Harrison stay in Harrison. So it's a wonderful way for us to extend some of the services that we already funded here in Harrison County. So for example, health access, they serve Doddridge County citizens. Actually, in Harrison County, nearly 4,000 citizens were served through that free clinic. It's amazing. And then nearly 1,000 residents in Doddridge County were served through that clinic. And that's just one example of one of our partner organizations. But in 2022, we will represent 18 organizations in Harrison County and Doddridge County included. So really, I'm here to talk about, I'm here to ask for support. Just not from the commission or everybody in this room, but from our community, because our community makes United Way. When I say we're a community-driven organization, I mean it. Every spring, we have volunteers from the community. Our volunteer board members get together. They go through all these applications that we receive for funding, and then the community decides how we invest our donor dollars. The community decides. We decide which programs are the most effective and efficient. And I'm going to tell you what. I can't imagine what life would be like without some of these organizations. CASA, the Child Advocacy Center, Health Access, Healthy Grand Families. How many know a grandparent raising their grandkids right now? I think we all do. And United Way of Harrison and Doddridge County fully funds that social worker position for that program. And I want people to know about that, right? Then we also have 211 at the office. It's an information hotline. You can call anytime. If you don't know where to receive a human resource service, we'll point you in the best direction. But then another organization that comes to mind is by County Nutrition. I know it takes us all. It takes every single one of us. It takes municipality support. It takes the private sector support. It takes corporate support. It takes us all coming together to drive these results. You know, over 500 children who were abused and mistreated this past year received the love and care they deserve, right? In 2020, when the pandemic was, well, it's still here, we're still dealing with it, but in 2020, while everything was shut down, hot meals were still being delivered to homebound seniors who couldn't go to the grocery store to get out of their house. United Way funding paid for over 17,000 meals for those seniors. So I stand in front of you today as the executive director, and I'm very blessed. And we should be and I want folks to know that they should be proud of their United Way. We've been here since 1957, right? We've been fighting for our friends and neighbors since 1957. And wonderful people have been ushering us forward to the point we're at now. But in order to keep going, we need more community support. And it doesn't matter if you give $1. It doesn't matter if you you can give $1, $100, $1,000 and still make a difference. For example, if you have a workplace and you can contribute through your employer and you do payroll deduction, $3 of pay will cover 8 hygiene packs for children. That's $78 total. $78 will help 3 grand families find food for their children. That's $3 per pay, right? And then $260, which is $10 a pay, will cover the cost of 2 mammograms to detect breast cancer, right? So United Way, we're just not focused on serving one category. We have 3 pillars: health, education, and financial stability. And we, as a United Way, cover it across the board. We are there for our children, we fight for our seniors, we fight for our veterans, we fight for all. And that leads me to our new campaign, which will be kicking off here in October. And our theme is United for All. We are. And we're going to continue to fight for our friends and neighbors as long as we can. So if you can contribute, if you can get involved, please do so. Call me at the office. I would love to chat with you and talk to you about these opportunities. But you know, these organizations really rely on our support, that United Way support, because that opens doors for them. They're able to use our local funding as a match for federal dollars. And then, so I like to say our donations have legs. They go beyond the services they provide. I know this is kind of a lot. I'm throwing a lot out there right now, but it's a moving piece. It's the heart. I really see United Way as the bridge between organizations, people, civic groups, things like, you know, county government, local government. So we're always looking for support. And again, thank you very much for having me today. And I would encourage everybody who's listening right now to learn more about your United Way. And you can visit us on our website at unitedwayhdc.org or our Facebook page. We have some wonderful videos of our partner organizations on there talking about the services they provide. And at the end of the day, it takes us all. And I appreciate every single one of you for having us. So you all take care.
You're not gonna say it?
Oh, teamwork makes the dream work.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
and that's Amy Comer. She's our fundraising and community development director. And we'll leave some of this information with the commissioners so you can take a look at it. But really, truly, thank you. I know in your personal lives, your professional lives, you're all there to support in any way that you can. So if you have any questions about our programming or what we're doing in the community, don't hesitate to ask. And I want to leave on one final note. I want everybody to know that every penny of your donation gets reinvested in these funded, these partner organizations. Every penny. We don't take a dime out for admin costs. Not a lot of nonprofits can say that. We can't. So when you make $100 donation, it goes right back into the campaign. It goes to fund these organizations who are selected by the community. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
God bless.
Brad, thank you.
Thank you for what you do. And Amy, you as well.
No, thank you all. So we appreciate you guys.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
Number 15, review, discuss, consider monthly minutes, financial information from various boards, committees, and public service districts, A and B.
Just approve A, there was no meeting on B.
Okay. Motion's been made to approve A under 15 because there was no meeting on B. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 16, review, discuss, consider making Peggy Bailey Director of OEM.
Motion to approve Ms. Bailey to become director of OEM.
I think Ms. Bailey would like to, is that, am I correct?
Let's go to executive session. Discuss personnel matters.
Ms. Peggy is requested executive session. Okay, motion's been made to go into executive session to discuss personnel matters. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Any opposed? Sorry, Johnny.
No,
Hearing
I'm
none, motion
sorry.
carried. Okay. Number 16. Review, discuss, consider making Peggy Bailey Director of OEM. You want to take action today? Okay, what's the motion?
Motion approved.
Okay, motion to approve. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Didn't hear any opposition, so congratulations and thank you.
you.
And thank you for stepping up while you during this time period.
Thank you all. I will do you a wonderful job, I promise.
No doubt. Okay. Sorry, Tina, but you're up.
Good morning.
Good morning. What?
I'm Tina Yoke. I'm the Executive Director of the Clarksburg Visitors Bureau. And I'm here today to tell you about two exciting events that are coming up. First of all, I wanted to say kudos and congratulations to the people that were involved with the lights on Court Street. What you have done is created a place where people want to come and they want to have activities. Eric Leesburg from the Bluebird reached out to me and he's like, this is so beautiful. We need to do something. Would you please help? And I said, of course. Jerry Riffee was also working with this. So on October the 14th, we are having the lighting of Court Street. Just for $20, you can get a specialty coffee from the Stonewall Coffee Shop, a decadent dessert from Julio's, and there will be live acoustic music. I'm here to request that maybe if we could use the courthouse plaza, we could just expand that event and have additional seating and additional space for people to come out and enjoy that activity. The other event, and I hope you've heard about it, is our very first Clarksburg Winterfest. That's going to be December the 3rd and the 4th. On December the 3rd, there's going to be the parade. There's going to be a winter market at Jackson Square and then a tree lighting ceremony on the lawn at the Waldmore, which is just going to be beautiful. On Saturday, it's going to be from 10 to 6 will be the actual Winterfest. We're going to have vendors and activities throughout downtown Clarksburg. So I'm here to ask if it's possible to use the courthouse plaza for that event. We are going to have choirs from all the schools in Harrison County, and we would like to have 2 stages. One stage is going to be the lawn of the Waldemore, and we thought the other stage would be perfect if we could have it on courthouse plaza. I want to encourage everyone to participate in these events, become active. If you want to volunteer, please make sure you come. I have the tickets for the lighting of Court Street. But what I found since I've been the director here is people really do want to work together. We've heard that they don't, but I've had, just on our Winterfest committee, there's over 20 organizations, groups, people, volunteers that all have come together to make this happen. So I think we're on the right track, and if we just continue that, then who knows what we'll be able to accomplish.
Sounds great to know.
Okay. Thank you.
And just get with Laura about the use of the, of course, we'll make the motion, however.
Have flyers and- Oh, for sure. Thank you.
Okay. Number 17, review, discuss, consider, approve bids and contract award for paving the rail trail in Salem and Shinston.
I asked for documentation on this, and I've yet to receive it.
Yes, you have the list of the.
Here's the, we will add. The talks about.
Hey, Chad, thank you. This is good work. And once David's done, Susan, motion to approve.
Go ahead and make the motion to approve.
I make a motion that we hold off until we're sure that all things are done correctly.
The motion's been made to hold off until we make sure everything was done correctly,
And for our attorney to go over what happened,
and for our attorney to go over what happened.
because it was not good enough, all of our purchasing requirements. It was not posted on our website.
Because it
And
didn't
under
fall.
our regulations, it says that it's supposed to come to the Harrison County Commission to look at all the bids and to go over. It was not posted. I haven't seen where it was put out for the public. Newspaper, were you notified that there was bid opening? Did, Laura, did you?
Is
get
this
out?
part of your motion?
I'm trying to, yeah, sure, it's part of my motions.
Okay.
Because you guys are just not paying attention to the we didn't do this stuff.
Are you done with your motion?
So again, did you put anything out for the public to know when the bid was open?
Everything was handled through Thrasher. We hired them to take care of this contract.
My motion is turn it over to the attorney to overlook our purchasing agreement. Was not made public These bids were not looked at by the county commission. They still haven't been looked by the county commission. Who was supposed to look at these bids according to our purchasing policy. And so I say that make a motion to put on hold till the attorney looks it over.
Okay, motion's been made to put on hold until the attorney looks it over. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed?
No.
Okay, motion
Amazing.
has been made to approve. Is it the motion you made, Mr. Treagle?
Move forward with that.
Move to move forward with number 17.
What are we moving forward with? Nobody even said what the cost is, we bid on it, nothing.
Okay.
Is this just how we're gonna do it? This is worse than I don't know what kind of court you wanna call it, but you guys just vote on stuff, and did you hear what it was costing? You know who bid on it? I know I don't.
We're gonna find out,
Oh,
Mr. Hankel.
bullshit, Susan.
We're gonna find out.
Only
Mr.
because I
Hankel.
keep complaining. You two don't care. You just.
No,
wanna
that was an
run
oversight
through.
on my part. Everybody out there, it was an oversight on my part. I apologize
So
completely.
the whole
I'm
issue is
glad,
an oversight?
thank you for pointing it out for me, Mr. Hinkle. I truly appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Where's did you supply us, Chad, with the paperwork where you went through every one of these people?
Yes,
Is there any subs involved in this work?
I would assume there are some.
And the subs have been verified that none of them have been bankrupt and are capable of working in the state of West Virginia?
Yes,
Where's
they will
that?
be, they will be part of the process, yes. Once we award a contract, we determine who they are.
And did you advertise for the public to know that you did this bid opening?
Yeah, it's right in the advertisement for bid, that this is a public bid.
How does the public know when to come, just if they read the ad?
Yes, it's in the newspaper.
And why did you not put it on the Harrison County website?
Well, typically, funding agencies require us to advertise through the local newspapers, and that's how we advertise for projects. Typically, that's the standard of care that there's a public advertisement in your local newspaper.
Well, I don't think we gave you guys a waiver. And at the minimum, everything has to be advertised on the Harrison County website, which wasn't done. Competitive bids shall be obtained and presented to the Harrison County Commission for consideration. And an approval during a regular meeting. You all just passed.
We didn't pass anything.
Yes, you did.
I don't.
I'm asking to see something for after the fact.
Oh, okay.
So this is just BS here. Did you two pass something without even knowing what you passed or telling me they would have cost?
You want to rub it in a little bit more?
I
Go
can't
ahead,
help but
bring
rub
it
it.
on, boy, big boy, bring it on.
I'll bring it on all day long.
Okay, you do that.
Because the other one down at the
Because
other
this
end
is getting a
just as
little
bad
bit
as you.
ridiculous.
God wouldn't know if it got in your way.
That's right.
But hey, we made you president, so you're doing a bang up job of running this commission. So who we vote on? Who got the job?
Blue Gold Development was the winner. Was the lowest bid in both
And
for
they,
Salem and Shinson. And that,
and then
These two
you
separate
approved,
bids?
and Chad reviewed that, and it's, everything is
We look
okay.
at their
with that.
numbers, we look at their licenses and their West Virginia Infrastructure Jobs Development Council Act, the West Virginia Code for Growth Free Workplace. They met all the addendums and they had a bid bond at the sign.
My next one, when do these have to be fulfilled? Because I never did see the bid requirements. Commission's never been presented with bid requirements. I have that job done.
If you'd like to see them, I have all that information.
Okay, Mr.
We're
Hinkle.
approving a bid. I'd like to know when the job has to be done. And we're approving singular bids or blank bids for these two. Because it
The
should have said
advertisement
from
for
the
bid has
agenda.
the number of days. I think it's 60 days substantially complete and then 90 days complete.
On the next agenda, item.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve Blue Gold Development for the bid for, referring to number 17 for Salem and Shinston Rail Trail paving.
Motion is stated.
So you're approving both of them?
It was just one bid.
No, it was two bids.
Contract one for the Shinson Rail Trail Blue Gold Development was the lowest bidder, 168,552. And as for contract two for the Salem Rail Trail upgrades, Blue Gold Development was again the lowest bidder. Their number is 196,182.
Thanks, David. Motion to approve A and B. The Salem and Shinson.
Motion to approve A and B for both Salem and Shinston
For Blue Gold Development.
for Blue Gold Development for the amount stated.
Yes, please.
As long as y'all know that you're agreeing to something where you violated the code, that's all I'm saying. I want to make sure that's part of
Violated who?
the code.
Hey,
Did
Chad,
not hold it.
Have we violated? Well,
when do you think they'll get started?
okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
No. I would recommend that anybody that bid on this job to reconsider how it was handled, because it wasn't handled per county purchasing.
Okay, number 18, review, discuss, consider use of Courthouse Plaza for North Central Walk to End Alzheimer's for October 10th, 2021 from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none. Motion carried. Okay, we have a bid opening for Rail Trail Project Management, Engineering Services for 11 o'clock. It's 11:01.
For this job right now, we need for somebody to explain to me how this is a bid opening. And I'm being dead serious. I looked at what went out. And we won't sit here and score people today. We scored these people.
Motion to approve RFP.
Kathy, you can't approve something that you can't do. Well, this is just to open the proposals that were received, which were really expressions of interest for engineering for the rail trail consistent with the prior minutes. When you bid out for an engineer, it's not like we're going out saying we're buying 1,000 widgets of product. We have to define a scope of interest, because when an award sheet potentially or a description comes back, typically from professional service RFP, it's broken down by classifications of work with rates for the work because of the nature of the project. Example would be, this is 5G. I don't have any idea what we're going to be charged. They can't give us any rates now until we choose an engineer. When an engineer expresses an expression of interest under the 5G process, or as a best standard, they present the public entity with a description of surveyor level 1, CAD technician level 2, design engineer level 1, design engineer level 3 is typically how it works. Then all those come in to the governing body, and the RFP delineates a scoring procedure, just like for the janitor RFP, which was voted on today, and that comes back in and it's evaluated consistent with the RFP proposal and scoring requirements. That's how it's done at pretty much every public entity. I've been on the procurement side, I've been on the fight side in terms of a public bidding dispute, contest and awards, and that's how they're all handled. I'm not sure I understand the question. If I'm missing something, I'll address it, but this is all born out of the fact that the rail trail project holistically is a large project. There's slope repairs, there's design work, there's path delineation, there's bridge work. Just as long as we're going out today and strictly for not to agree to anybody, and it's just strictly And I don't know why we're making a big deal about opening up and interviewing the 5 people or 10 people who make presentations.
Today's an opening where we open it in public, so we can,
We didn't open the last in public, why do we care? You can't, why are we doing it 2 different ways? The other one wasn't done in the public and it got passed, and now today we're gonna open up in the public on something that doesn't really matter till somebody sits down and scores and brings back the top 3 that we have to do.
it will, and from Mr. Biller's comments, the other one went out as a class 2 legal ad. I trust there was an opening of the bids, very similar to here. You all delineated that responsibility to Thrasher. This has been retained by the county commission, and the RFP went out consistent with your all's directives, and it went on the website. And
This one did, the other one didn't, which is, has to go out on our website,
yeah, and that,
and it didn't.
and I believe there've only ever been 2 RFPs that have gone on the county's website. This is a new process that we just started to try to get you all consistent with the purchasing guidelines. And that's the janitor RFP as well as the
Since 2019, it's been required.
rail trail RFP. Candidly, I came in, I'm trying to build you all good form RFPs to use from now future, which have good contract terms, working with Laura, and which accurately depict what people are gonna bid on, so we can get this stuff right, kind of similar to the rail trail, or pardon me, the Parks and Rec issue. It was done one way, we're trying to correct it and move it forward. I don't know what else to tell you, other than we're trying to do it the right way, consistent with what you all told us to do.
Well, I can tell you in the minutes, we were told, it was voted on not to go get one, and I've been told otherwise. And if she would like to read the last statement of the minutes, I'd love it. You told to go out and investigate.
Madam President,
Yes.
motion to open bids.
I want to hear what this has to say before we go to vote. You can't call a vote in a small group, Patsy. We don't work
And
under
approve an
Robert's
engineer
rules.
of service.
You can't do this.
Well, let's review the minutes
Can we-
just for fairness, because we want to make sure it's
Yeah.
right. We're trying to get it a process that's done the right way to move forward. That's what we're trying to do.
We are reviewing minutes from the Wednesday, August 4th, 2021 commission meeting. It was number 9 on the agenda. Review, discuss, consider retaining an engineer of record for the rail trail. Tree cost move to approve the county administrator to review, discuss, consider retaining an engineer of record for development and expansion of the rail trail project. Commissioner Thomas and Commissioner Treecost voted in favor. Commissioner Hinkle voted against. Motion carried. Hinkle moved to approve the hiring of an engineer of record. Commissioner Hinkle voted in favor. Commissioner Thomas and Commissioner Treecost voted against. Motion fails.
Last motion.
You voted for an engineer of record
I vote for an engineer of record. They
for
voted
the
wrong.
county. That's how I
No,
understand it.
I put engineer of record for rail trails, because that's what this is all about.
I don't agree with the reading of the minutes. I thought it was clear
Well, that's what it says.
that we're
But failed.
to go out
Right.
and
Yeah, you guys said you didn't want an engineer of record.
No.
What it says,
you know, we've had this historic dispute about
review and discuss, trade, retaining an engineer of record for rail trails. Tree cost move to approve the county administrator to review, discuss, and consider. I then made a motion to hire an engineer of record, and they both voted no. For the rail trails.
So after they voted
That
for-
was the discussion. That's what the minutes say. I didn't make this, I didn't write these.
neither did I.
And, okay, and they voted not to have an engineer of record. We were discussing the rail trails.
They voted for an
They,
engineer.
they voted for her to look into it,
And she did and took it.
but that's where it stopped. She never came back and reported the damn thing to anybody here. Meanwhile, you all voted not to have an engineer of record.
For the count.
No, Susan, rail trails, that was the agenda item. Don't put words in my mouth. I know what was done that day. It's rail trails. Doesn't say anything about an engineer of record for Harrison County.
I call the question, Madam President.
You talk about Pat, you can't call it that. I'm not really talking about. You don't have that authority. Please explain that to him, Trey, in a small group and
Motion is to
can't
open
end
bid.
discussion.
And
Today is not to hire anybody.
There's
Today
no
is
action to be taken
open-
today other than
open-
to open the bid.
Open the bid. I'll have to get
and
the
review
audio,
it.
because we've had this dialogue.
Audio doesn't matter. This is law. This is what was said. They
It's not.
agreed to this.
I disagree with it. That's it.
Well, then let's start giving us
say
the
it's-
audio and we'll start approving the audio meetings and forget the written. Because if I can't go by what's written here and what our clerk says was said, then there's no point in doing this anymore, is there?
The minutes are supposed to
Embody
embody
what
the
was said.
generally reflect, there's discretion in the creation of minutes. I mean, it's to be your all's embodiment and your all's intent, what you all say, but to get to not go back and look at the audio and see, because we've had this dialogue about a county engineer versus a rail trail specific engineer.
Number 9,
For the
Trey,
past
says
several
for
months.
engineer for rail trails.
On the agenda item, I agree with you.
So that's all we talk about.
I'll get the audio, I'll read it, but we should open the proposals. So we're just opening proposals today. We're not hiring anybody.
Mr. Attorney, we are.
There's
A motion to. open
No,
bid.
no, there's no action to be taken.
Right, motion to open bid.
We don't even need a motion for that.
Okay.
Correct? Okay. I mean, we can have overabundance of caution.
Let's make a motion.
Okay, motion's been made to open the bid for the engineer for rail trail. Is that
Of record, yeah.
of record for the rail trail? Correct? I'll make sure I get this correct from John. Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 We received one bid for the engineer of record for the rail trail, and that bid comes in.
Please stop, because I'm looking at this here and it says to obtain professional engineering services, including but not limited to project management, project review, project evaluation,
Go ahead. and
delivery of
move
environmental
on.
studies,
Yeah.
acquisitions, growth and development of Harrison County Rail Trail.
Are you citing the RFP description? Is that what you're citing?
It's too broad. But then we never got a chance to prove.
Director is the only one that submitted interest.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm going to suggest that we take this and
It needs to
take a look
be
at it and
reviewed.
vet everything that's been brought into question today and come back at a later date. Is that a fair?
Correct, and the county administrator needs to analyze it and make a summary for you all of what it proposal entails, just like if there were multiple proposals, she compare the proposal and she score them against the RFP criteria. So we have to take a look.
Again, I'll challenge that it's just her job to do that instead of a group of people doing it.
Depends on the language of the RFP has multiple evaluators. I can't remember the delineate this RFP from the janitor RFP sitting here. But I might as well participate in the evaluation. That's a good thing.
Do we need a motion for that to go back and be reviewed and be brought on another agenda?
It's Laura's job.
Okay,
Motion to allow the county administrator to move forward your responsibilities and have the recommendation on the October 13, 10 a.m. meeting, please.
And please try to do it to the code.
motion has been made for Laura to review the bids and come back.
Takes a 3 members committee, guys.
With the October 13th,
And let me amend that.
review them per the bid instructions or whatever the proper term may be.
And may we please have a 3-member committee that consists of her, Charlotte, and Danny, please. Danny Hammer, Charlotte Schaefer, and Laura Pease.
With a 3-member, the 3 members of the committee to be Charlotte, Danny, and Laura.
Please.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, he said no. Okay, number 19, review, discuss, consider new hires for plan.
It's just review and discuss new hires for planning. We already approved them at a previous meeting.
I have no discussion.
Well, this one does. I want to know who we hired, why we hired them.
We hired 2 individuals for planning for the job posting that we had on the website.
Who were they? You hired them. Don't look to her. I'm asking you, Laura, who you hired.
I've reviewed several applications lately. I'm sorry, my brain is.
You knew this was going to be on the agenda, so who you hired.
Point of order, she doesn't have to be treated like a dog.
Well, treat her like a dog.
Yes,
I'm
you
asking her
are.
a question,
You
Patsy.
are, David. And
You
stop
you
it.
have-
want to step outside, we'll bark at each other, all right? But
Okay,
I'm
point
not
of
treating her
order.
like a dog.
And Laura, please.
It's on the agenda. She
Please-
should have known what it is.
You are correct. You don't have to treat her like a dog. Laura, please answer his question. And thank you for doing your job the way you do it.
Thank you. I'm going to defer to Charlotte, the director of planning, to ask the names.
I think one is Leonard James and the second one was, Randall Harold Richards.
Why did we hire
Thank you,
two?
Charlotte.
Why did we hire two for planning?
We need 2 for planning.
Based on what?
We also did just approve the saldo, and as overwhelmed and as busy as planning department is, she needs the help.
Did you request 2 people, Charlotte? She said she didn't request, she requested 1, so why did we hire 2? And is the money in the budget for that?
There is money in the budget for that, and I believe originally, actually, she didn't request them. I came and requested them for help for her department. Because of everything that is
Did
coming
these 2
in.
people go through background checks?
They did.
And when are you going to present that to the commission to look at and to approve their background check?
Have we ever?
Yes,
presented?
ma'am, I have looked at hundreds of background checks for people we've employed.
Hundreds since you've
Yeah,
been here?
hundreds,
Oh, okay.
maybe thousands,
Was that Parks and Rec kids?
maybe 50,000.
Oh, okay. I just was curious.
Maybe you should pay more attention when you were sitting down at the other end of the table.
Yeah, I know. I didn't do a good job there either.
Not really.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Since
Don't
I've-
feel bad, Laura. You're not the only one. that
Since
gets it.
I've been here in April and we've hired several part-time associates for
Wow.
parks and for maintenance, and I've done background checks on all of them. I'm sorry, I've never submitted any to the commission. That's something we would like going forward.
Yeah, it is, because it was always done before you had this job.
There were a lot of things that were done before I had this job that I am still learning. So if that's something that you would like me to do, I can absolutely do that in the
So
future.
one of these people that we hired, did they also apply for the county administrator job?
I believe he did. I was not in that interview. I'm not quite sure. I did not have that conversation with him.
So Patsy, did you talk to him like you talked to the other one, see if he wanted this job?
I did do the interview process. Yeah.
Excuse me?
I did. I interviewed him.
You interviewed him too, and for the job at planning?
No,
We have 2 new people planning.
Mhm.
Authorized 1 by the commission.
Authorize hiring of planning associate.
So when are we gonna put on the agenda to hire the second one and approve it by the commission?
They've already been approved by the commission at a previous meeting,
But we never approved the other part.
but you
So
approved
we
their
don't,
hiring.
do we backdate that, sir?
I recall the last commission meeting. the
We approved,
commission-
they approved the
They
hire,
hired 2 people. I said,
but the
We had a
commission only gave
conversation
her
about the job
authority to hire
description.
1. She was only given authority to hire 1.
the commission hired 2 people at the last meeting. Yeah, you and I had a discussion about job description, job posting. I requested to see the job posting.
Did you see it?
I haven't seen the job descriptions, no. We had a conversation.
You
about
know, I
this.
haven't either, Trey.
Well, I'm just,
They hired, the commission hired 2 people at the last meeting. That's what
On his authority.
That's what the body did. The commission did it.
Again, we just do whatever anybody wants around here.
Okay, any further discussion on that? Okay. Hearing none, we'll go to number 20. Discuss 711A, I assume this is of the West Virginia State Code, requirements for reforming, altering, altering or modifying a county commission, alternative forms of county government. See Exhibit 28. Okay, Mr. Hinkle, tell us what you got.
I'm waiting for the attorney that was asked last week to determine what kind of county government we have.
Sure. Since approximately 1991, the county has employed or operated with the county administrator. Started with, I believe, Vernon Tracy, pardon me, Jim Harris, Bob Andre, Jim McMurtry, and Regina Seaman, and Mr. Parker. And now Ms. Fees. 711A sets forth the types of the framework, pardon me, for counties and provide the guidelines for forms of county government under section L. County has historically operated under section L3 under the county administrator county commission plan. There's been a county administrator who's been appointed by the county commission, and that you certainly, there are 3 of you who are elected at large. The code provision also provides the county administrator shall carry out, execute, and enforce all ordinances, policies, rules, and regulations of the commission. That's how the commission has operated from the date I cited previously. Within that framework, there are other provisions set forth as well. There are certainly other forms, including a county manager, county commission plan, as well as chief executive county commission plan, but that's not consistent with how Harrison County has been operated. I have tried to go back to like the genesis of Harrison County and look at the origination and framework, and I haven't found anything that's really out there like discrete or concrete in terms of your framework yet. Example would be other bodies have that, like we've looked at the Parks and Rec bylaws, we've looked at, some have original minutes when they're created. I don't have any of that information. All I have to really go on is a 2015 order from the county commission, which is a record in Harrison County, the code and how you all have operated.
So you would agree then that we fall under 3?
That's how the county has operated since early 90s, probably late 80s, early 90s. Yes.
And then you agree that we don't operate under item 2?
I have not seen any evidence that you operate under item 2 based upon the way the county has historically operated. If there are minutes, declarations, bylaws, which I don't have, I've looked for them in the records to try to understand when I started this job, your all's framework, but I haven't seen it.
And it says the county administrator falls under the commission supervision, correct? She's not autonomous as in number 2.
It does say in section C of 3, the county administrator shall have the authority to direct the administration of the county government under the supervision of the county commission. And then it goes on to say the county administrator shall carry out, execute, and enforce all ordinances, policies, which is what I cited before. Then it provision
Of the commission.
correct. And then in provision E, it says the county administrator shall appoint or employ all subordinates and employees for whose duties or work he or she is responsible to the commission. And there's some other provisions as well. But yeah, I mean, you all are the governing body. The county administrator is delegated certain responsibilities of the day-to-day operations under the code and under the job description with you all on the policies at the county which are in force.
I just want to make sure that everybody understands three. Because I get the feeling that times people think it's two.
So I think we're saying the same thing. I think it's, all the evidence shows that it's three. It's a county administrator, county commission plan. So
They have to listen to the three commissioners and bring things to the commission.
pardon me, I did.
They have to listen and bring things to the commission, and the commission delegates what she does, he does.
Certain things, yes.
All of them.
Yeah, it doesn't say all things.
Or doesn't say that.
The county administrator shall appoint or employ all subordinates and employees for whose duties or work he or she is responsible to the commission. The county administrator shall carry out, execute, and enforce all ordinances, policies, rules, and regulations of the commission. I think
Those are
communicate.
ours.
What's that?
That's what we just saw. Just a prime example is in our purchasing, it says it had to be on our website, and it wasn't.
Yeah, I was
It
trying
said
to,
in our employee manual that we needed to be notified when anybody's given any time off, and we have 48 hours to look at it and to make a decision. That's in our employee manual. Those are rules that the commission sets. Those aren't by choice hers.
the commission defines the policies, the framework. I don't agree with you. We've had this conversation about the employee handbook because the administrator, he
Our
or
names
she,
are on it.
is to report to you all, but it doesn't delegate hiring and firing responsibility directly to the commission. It delegates it to the county administrator. And you all
Where
did
does it say
that, you all did that in 2018, long
Doesn't say
before our
that.
time.
It says that we're supposed to be brought to us in 48 hours.
You're to get notice.
Then we don't, okay, what's the difference between that and make sure we're to approve that we don't do anything illegal? We're charged with that. Under C or under 2, we don't have a dog in that fight. Because that's the same as a city manager. And the commission has never agreed to a county manager.
Well, the city manager at a municipality all depends on the charter and the ordinances which define what a city manager can or cannot do, similar to the Harrison County Commission works in terms of what powers you delegate to the county administrator to that office. You can delegate. And you all have in some instances. I'm all for communication between you all. I'm 100% behind that. I'm 100% behind what you're saying conceptually, but on a day-to-day basis, your county administrator does make decisions relating to the operation of, call it your business, based upon the framework you have set up. You want to change the employee manual, for example, to make it more specific that these 6 things have to come to you, we can talk about that.
I think it's pretty already there. But, okay, I know how it is, so I know that this is your opinion. And that we're going under the assumption that this commission operates under 3.
It's the only conclusion based upon the evidence. It's not an assumption. It's based upon the memorandum.
Well, I say there's evidence here in the last 6 months, we've gone to 2, but that's, you and I can argue about that all day.
I'm not going to argue with that. I think we agree about the framework. We just disagree, some disagreements on, call it interpretations, or disagree on the story. So why?
Thank you.
And the only thing, if you all or any of you are aware of kind of the genesis documents for the county, that would help me clarify this. I just don't think it's out there.
Believe me, I've looked, right? And found exactly what you found. Okay, number 21, administrators report. Do you have anything further?
The only thing I'd like to add is on Monday, I did start sending a weekly administrators report for Commissioner Hinkle's request. I believe that you got that on Monday. And I'd like to add, since I did that report, one of the properties that Harrison County has acquired, it's a property on the end of Meadowbrook Road, actually caught fire yesterday, and it is being suspicious, so the fire marshal will be in to investigate one of the newer properties we acquired. Other than that, that's all.
Number 22, commissioners' comments. I think I've said enough. I could say more, but I'm not going to. Mr. Treecott? Mr. Hinkle?
Yes, ma'am. This morning, I met with the MHI, Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, North American executives. They were here today to look at the new 18,000 square foot building that they have leased. They came in from Washington yesterday to get with us that they think by second quarter of next year, there'll be between 40 and 50 new employees that they'll have working on the manufacturing of aircraft parts. And their goal is to expand another 36,000 square feet over the next 2 years and to keep that employment rate growing. This is something that's outside of what they do now for repairing planes, and they're excited. They're going to be working on several different types of manufacturers of planes and this remanufacturing of parts. So we today we were able to see the employment in our area take a step forward, and we've got a great business partner with Mitsubishi Heavy Industries.
Thank you.
Yep.
Motion to adjourn? Motion to adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried.